Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming to Zagreb, to Advantage Austria office, and thank you all for watching us virtually. It's a future that we are living, of course. I'm Maria Hanzet. I'm head of communication for renewable energy sources of Croatia Association, and I'm going to lead you to this presentation today. But before I announce a key speaker for today, I will tell you something about this future trip. It's a two-day trip. It's a great organization because transfer of knowledge is what makes human progress. It's what makes future become reality. We are trying to sneak a peek to that future through this future trip with the help of a visionary that can make that future become really reality. We saw this morning one of the visionary. We met him. He presented us with his work at Osatina Grupa. He's an owner of Osatina Grupa, Mr. Marko Ervačić. Osatina Grupa is the only example in southern East Europe of circular agriculture energy economy. It combines production, I will read so I don't make mistakes of these numbers, production of 2.76 megawatts of batteries with a storage capacity of 18 megawatts. It's a solar power plant, it's biogas plant, energy production, but also a food production. It was amazing to see, and Mr. Ervačić and his engineer presenting us how did they make it happen? How did they make it happen so it can be all related, all used? It was very fascinating. I believe that even we, when we were kids, it was fascinating to see the future, to imagine the future, and now we are living it. The next presentation that you will all be seeing today, it's presentation by a winner of the annual award for innovation in energetic sector for 2023, Mr. Marko Lasic. He's owner of KOER company. It's a virtual power plant. I don't know what it is, but I will I will know after his presentation. You will be able to ask a question after presentation through chat, through live here, or in any way it's comfortable for you. So we can start. I won't be wasting any time for this great presentation. So Marko, the word is yours.
Thank you. Hello everyone. I hope that an online audience can hear me as well. Thank you, Maria, for this kind introduction. And also thank you, Advantage Austria, for organizing this event. So today I'm representing my team and our company. Together we are KOER, Virtual Power Plant, and I'm the CEO of Virtual Power Plant KOER. So I'll use this opportunity and also to present the group that we are part of, since we would not be able to do this by ourselves. So a Croatian corporation called Amelikor is the corporation that we are part of. The corporation is doing business in few segments, and there are multiple companies doing different things. They're all Croatian company except MCRT company, that is a German company that we acquired 2 years ago, and we are doing microelectronics production facilities for production of chips and microelectronics, but also mainly we are doing clean room production for pharmaceutics and also heating, ventilation, air conditioning inside our group. KOER is responsible for energy solutions, so that's the position that we started inside of one of the companies. So we are the spin-off of one of the companies. So the whole group consists of around 1,000 employees, 6 companies, and between 150 and 200 million euros of revenue. We are doing business mainly in Europe and expanding also to North America next year. So these are some references of companies that we work with in pharmaceutical and electronic business. So in terms of KOER, KOER actually is abbreviation of Klimoprema Electronic Solution. So we started as a research and development department inside of one of the companies. And we wanted to have a positive effect through our work, and we were first developing electronics for heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and I will show what we did there. But we were thinking, okay, what's the meaningful, how can we waste our life in a meaningful way? So we recognize the energy transition as a generational opportunity to do something good for Europe, to enable sustainability for Europe, and to achieve successful energy transition for us means that first of all, industry has a clean, affordable and stable energy from renewable sources or from clean sources. Okay, so we recognize that challenge, and we, as guys who are technophiles, who loves technology, we decided, okay, that's the way that we are going to go and to speed up the energy transition by building new business models and new systems that we need to achieve sustainability in the markets. But yeah, we started as a heating, ventilation, air conditioning research and development department, and developed a lot of products. But the main idea was actually to control the energy inside of the zone of the building. So by controlling the heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and light, and ventilation, we will control all energy in the building. And in 2016, I think it was the first time that I saw negative prices of energy in Germany. So that was confusing for me, and I was thinking, okay, so if the price of energy is negative, so if we activate all of our controllers that are controlling heating, ventilation, air conditioning, that means someone somewhere will pay us money. So that was interesting thought, new model that I started to thinking about, and energy transition with this insight was the direction that we decided to go. And we received 2.2 million euros of funding for the project to develop a predictive algorithm for heating, ventilation, air conditioning systems in the buildings. And that was the project that lasted 4 years. It was a very complex project it was a very complex project that was divided in 3 parts. This is a very technical slide, but it is what it is. So on a zone level, heating, ventilation, air conditioning level, and microgrid level. So through this project, we had an insights of what we'll need to do in order to synchronize consumption with the production and the market. So that was the idea behind the projects, and through this project, we learned a lot. But in order to commercialize this solution, it was much harder than we anticipated. So we decided to go in the direction of the virtual power plant from 2021. So here I can explain what the virtual power plant is. So virtual power plant actually is a colloquial term that combines aggregator. So aggregator, the one who is controlling the assets, and so virtual power plant is an aggregator combined with the distributed assets. So why the virtual power plant? So our effect on a system is the same like a regular power plant. So we give energy to the system, or we take the energy from the system, but we are not on the one place. We are distributed with our assets, so we are not in one location, and that's why the virtual prefix on the name of virtual power plant. And also it's good for marketing, because it's very interesting for the people to learn about what is concept of the virtual power plant. For quite some time we didn't also know that we are building a virtual power plant, but we learned later that that concept is called virtual power plant. So that's how we became first creation aggregator. By developing infrastructure, so the cloud solution, the electronics, and all the operations needed, we started aggregating consumption of the industrial sites, and we recognized that we can offer this flexibility to TSO, Croatian TSO, who is responsible for balancing the system in terms of consumption and production. So that balance needs to be in order every second, and we presented that new model in Croatia even before legislation allowed us, so it was a pilot project. And now we are quite far in terms of capacity that we have aggregated. So in terms of flexibility, we have around 75 megawatts of flexibility currently, and we are offering our flexibility on tertiary as a tertiary service to the TSO. So that was something new that we presented to our industrial clients, and in the beginning, majority of our consumers were industrial sites, because we were quite capable in recognizing the process and managing and optimizing the controls of different processes. So we acquired a lot of flexibility. So I think currently there is around 50 locations on the site. And yeah, every year we have more than 20 activation of our capacity to stabilize the grid. So why is that important? Since we want a higher penetration of renewable energy in the system, we are losing 1 degree of flexibility. Before, we had a thermal power plants that we can easily control and to balance the system, and the consumption part of the equation was not thinking about do we have enough energy in the grid, or do we have excess energy of the grid. When we introduce the production through renewable energy, we are losing some control capacity and the predictability. So we need to find that controllability on the part of the equation and the consumption. So with our solution, we are trying to maintain the balance with the existing assets without adding any new thermal power plants to the systems. So in terms of locations in Croatia, out of our location, we are for us, for the services that we provide, as long as you are in Croatia, it doesn't matter exact location of where you are or the level of voltage connection to the system. So we can provide balancing services on any level for the balancing, and it was quite challenging to introduce this new service to industry, because the business model goes like this. So we come to industrial site and we promise you to pay you money, and you don't need to do anything except when we call you, you will need to you need to activate or deactivate your energy for 2 hours, and that will happen approximately 10 times a year. So that was a proposition that we thought that would easily go and it will be easily agreed with industrial customers, but that was the hardest mistake that we made. And when you introduce something new to the market, even though you are paying money, you're not selling anything. When the industrial operations and the managers are not familiar with the risk, and when they cannot see that action someone else, they are quite skeptical in terms of providing those kind of services. So it was a quite hard effort to penetrate the market, even though we were the first and only one on the market. And after that, things got quite easier, which is quite important for the future of industrial consumptions. For what we can see, the consumers who will consume the energy without thinking about it will pay the highest price for the energy. So anyone who had any kind of flexibility and who can or predictability can adapt to the markets and can achieve much lower prices of energy, and they can be much more competitive in the market. We have a example of our client who has a company, industrial site in the Netherlands and also in Croatia. So in the Netherlands, they're already active with their processes, and they're buying energy live on the spot market. In Croatia, they cannot do that. They will be able to do that, but the difference for the energy price in last year in I think it was October. So in the Netherlands, they paid an average of 20 euros per megawatt hour, and in Croatia 120 euros. So that's an obvious example of how less competitive are industrial sites who are not playing the game with the markets, with the access, with the periods of excess energy, and also to reduce their production when they are lacking the energy. So to our efforts, we are also trying to teach and to explain and to provide consultations about, okay, what's the optimum for industrial sites in order to be competitive in the future, not only with the ancillary services that we currently provide, but with assets, all the services through VPPA, PPA deals, and decarbonization of thermal energy, of heat energy, and all the aspects of transportation. So there's still a lot of work that needs to be done in order to achieve clarity for the direction in which the industry should go to be competitive. So and then we need to do all the work. We need to install all the devices and to operate efficiently with the processes. So as I mentioned, our team is not a large team. There's currently 12 people inside our team, and it's a quite good compact team. We are very proud of what we did. As I already also mentioned, we are technically capable, and all the solutions that we developed are developed in-house, including controllers, electronics, hardware systems, and software system, and we are maintaining them and actually producing in-house all the devices. Yeah, so part of the solution is also a mobile application through which we control and give access to our customers, and yeah, it's a quite complex solution that we continue to develop in order to meet the needs of scalability, efficiency, and also to present other markets, other services. We want to also include storage, energy storage, and to offer those kind of services to the system, and to connect all the assets to the market. So a lot of work ahead of us, but yeah, we are clear with our vision. We want to speed it up, and hopefully more people will join us in energy transition, and because from the amount of work that we all have to do, I think there is a lot of room for everyone to join in and to speed up the energy transition.